Righty ho. It's a Sunday morning. It's a little bit of sun, and we're out on the Z900. So this is like the legendary Kawasaki Z900. This is actually this is a Z900 rather than a Z1. So there was a Z1, I'll say 73, Z1A 74, Z1B 75, and then the Z900, which is this one, which is 76. Okay, so they're basically all the same bikes, but the Z1, Z1A, Z1B, they were all improved slightly year on year, tweaks. And then for the Z900, they did more of a major change. So, but it's still the same legendary engine and everything. The major changes they did, they actually beefed up the frame, because the frames simply weren't up to it, the original frames, although they were based on an Alton featherbed frame. I don't think the steel was thick enough, so it's actually thicker steel on these Z900 frames, and the carbs are slightly different. Those are the main changes. Other changes also to the instrumentation, because the Z1s had great instrumentation, but the problem was they had the key here, and then there was a strip of idiot lights, warning lights, down here. So when you put your key in with your key fob on, you could never see the indicator lights. So there's a new instrument binnacle, and those are the main things really. Yeah. Have they changed anything else major? I don't think so. Carbs, frame, instrument binnacle, and so that makes it a Z900 rather than a Z1. Now I've painted this one in not Z900 colours, which are either green or brown. This is actually painted in Z1A colours because I just love the colours. So it's green. Unfortunately, only the trouble with the Kawasaki green and the other metallic colours, you can't see it. It only goes green if in the sunshine. Yeah. So it looks probably, I don't know, brown, black, I don't know at the moment. But when the sun comes out, it's a beautiful deep green. Anyway, what have I done? So this has got a twin disc conversion. The bikes came with single discs, but luckily they also came with the optional, with the front forks made with the bracket ready to take a second disc, so it's not a massive job to put a second disc on, and that's what most people do. I'm just trying to think. They did do the twin disc. That's right, I've got it now. So when they brought out the Z900, they actually made a twin disc version in Europe because people wanted better brakes. But in America, they continue to sell them with a single disc. I think for the simple reason is that they couldn't sell enough of them, so they thought, well, why bother putting a second disc on it? We're selling loads anyway with only one disc. So because the Z1 was so successful, Kawasaki actually set up an assembly plant in America, in Nebraska. I don't think they were manufactured there, but they were assembled there, so it got round all the import duties and so on, because the Zeds was such a massive hit in America. So this is actually an American bike. This was actually built in America, and then I imported it, as along with many I say back to the UK, but it was never in the UK in the first place. So with all the Z900s, it's got the legendary 4x4 pipes, which are just fantastic. And then after this, for the Z1000, they got rid of the 4x4 pipes, iconic as they are, because they rust pretty badly, and Kawasaki have loads of warranty claims on them, so they thought, I'll stuff that. And when they brought out the next bike after this, which was the Z1000 in 77, they put on a 4x4 into 2 exhaust pipe, which I think marketing wise was a bad move. But it's a fantastic bike. It's bulletproof. It's just you know, it's the same age as my other British bikes, but light years ahead in terms of technology. You know, electric start, 6 gears, doesn't leak oil, it doesn't need any maintenance to speak of. You know, you get on it, you push the button, you ride, and that's it. It's incredibly simple, although of course it's double overhead camshaft. I mean, you know, for a British bike, you know, double overhead camshaft. You know, we're still on push rods and let alone single overhead cam, which is what the Honda 754s were, single overhead cam. This is double overhead cam. I mean, that's unheard of. In race bikes, only race bikes, exotic sort of Italian machinery, Moto Guzzi's and that, they had double overhead cams, but a road bike, you know, what? You know, a 900cc? All British bikes were 650. And then, you know, 750. Wow. They can get them 750. This is 900. You know, what? Yeah, so light years. I mean, light years out of its time. As I say, 6 gears and so on. This, I've just rebuilt it completely, but sort of back to standard. I didn't really do anything to change it. Not that I can think of, no. Okay, so that's about it. So it's a 76 Z900, and off we're going to go to the Peak District. It's a bit of a sort of grey day, but I think hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be dry. Oh, God, I'm not joking. The minute I said that, I get a raindrop on my head. Oh God, bloody Nora. Sorry. Well, we'll see. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Not sure, but hopefully it'll be okay. I think, yeah. Hopefully that'll just be an isolated raindrop. I just hate riding in the rain, and then I've got to clean everything. And well, never mind. Okay, fingers crossed that it's not going to rain. It is not going to rain, and we're going to get out on the bike.
credit, and yeah, goes well.
Here we are at Monash stop. Always good selection of bikes, good grub, and always good people to talk to. So a good place to be on a Sunday. Okay, good. Sorry, I'm doing my video. And for those of you who are big Quacker fans, who like something a bit different, then this is a Moroaki. So it's the old racing. So we got a ZZRX. Whatever. It's a pretty mean machine. I don't know much about them, but you know, interesting to compare it with mine. Yeah, you can still see the sort of bloodline anyway for it. So there we go. Oh, and a modern Kawasaki something. And here we are, back from the ride. Oh, that was a lovely ride. That was a lovely ride. Because the weather's actually better out in Derbyshire than it is here. So, I know, at one point I was in two minds. The clouds looked really black. But, like, you go up an escarpment, if you know what I mean, and then sort of down into Derbyshire, and you get to the top of the escarpment, the clouds are really black. And then when you pass that, like into Derbyshire itself, it was really nice weather, so I'm really glad I went. A really nice ride, dropped in to see some friends, and then went to Monash from a sandwich and that, and had a chat with the bikers there, and oh yeah, really nice that was. So there we go, no problems at all. Just, you know, and a couple of times, you know, I thought, well, I'll just give it a bit of a zap, you know, just give it a bit of a, you know, from. Oh, what? I mean, it's so. Oh, God, it is. It's like lightning. You know, if you take it right up to the red line, you know, wow, the acceleration is just. It's stunning. I mean, even now, I mean, what is this? Over 40-year-old now, but the acceleration is just phenomenal if you really give it some stick. You know, as I don't often, but a couple of times, just, you know, so we'll just give it a go. Wow, incredible. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned before. Did I mention? Yeah. So yeah, it's painted in the Z1A colours. Yeah, great. Just so ahead of its time. I mean, 4-cylinder, double overhead cam, electric start, 6 gears, 4 carbs. But I mean, just amazing. Just amazing. Yeah, I love it. I do love it. Totally different to my British bikes, but you know, it's just amazing because it's comfy. It goes like a rocket, but it tootles around town as if it's like a moped. You know, you thrash it on the open road, thrash it, come to a junction, and it just ticks over. you know, goes from straight to full revs to tick over, you know, as if nothing, you know. Some of my other bikes, you know, you're giving it some stick and that, and you know, when you come to sort of shut the throttle down, then you sort of think, you know, oh god, is it going to stall, you know, blip the throttle a few times. But this, you know, doesn't matter. Right, okay, Coke. Lovely ride. Anyway, lovely ride. I'm really glad I went out, and the Z is just brilliant.